Before starting this video, I would like to thank you all for 1k subscribers on YouTube. Kistareddypet is a medium-sized lake on the outskirts of Hyderabad. It is one of the very few lakes which has not experienced encroachment yet. Thus, it can provide slow steeping shores. This habitat has lowered a lot in the past few years, thus all the birds which need this habitat have gathered here. This video contains footage of multiple visits to this lake. Our first visit was on the last day of 2023. On this trip, I was accompanied by my good friend Pratik. May his luck bless us with good sightings. It was a foggy morning, and the first thing we witnessed were huge amounts of small pratincoles. They often fly in the sky, catching and eating small insects. They live in areas near water with large empty land. After foraging, they all come and rest together on the ground. There are around 800 to 1000 pratincoles in this lake itself. Another important migratory species is the temming stint. It is a small bird, smaller than the little stint. It is much darker and has yellow or orange feet, unlike the black feet of little stint. They have a short curved beak. They push it below the surface of the soil and move it ever so slightly to feed on small crustaceans. This method of looking for food is called probing. Ruddy shell ducks. They often forage and roam in pairs or small groups. They were seen far away, swimming and then sitting on a small island in the center of the lake surrounded by stilts. The white wagtail is not the most bold bird of the bird kingdom, but if you are not moving and seem small by lying on the ground, they can land right in front of you, just like this one did. Wagtails are known for wagging their tail up and down. The white wagtail is a migratory bird which breeds in many parts of the world like China, Europe and Russia, but it only winters in India. These birds can be seen walking along the shores of the lake in search of small insects. In the end, we got a glimpse of the city's new hunter and the fastest bird in the world, the peregrine falcon. Our second visit was in late January. Word had spread that there was one greater flamingo at Kistareddypet. So we decided to try our luck. On arriving, we noticed an interesting looking stilt. We assumed it would be the rare pied stilt, but it was just a rare subspecies of the common black-winged stilt. It was still very fun to see it in the water foraging. Greater flamingos are birds which tend to live in groups. The theory is that this bird got lost from its main group and ended up in this lake. We observed it for a long time. It didn't seem to mind the presence of many photographers clicking it. The young flamingo just kept preening away. This one isn't very pink right now because it is a juvenile. Only after it feeds on a lot of krill will it gain its bright pink colors. This time too, we observed the pratincoles closely. On our third visit to Kistareddypet, I photographed two small pratincoles sitting very close to me. At the shores of the lake, we noticed that the number of birds had doubled. Black-tailed godwits from further south had stopped here for a few days before continuing their migration to the breeding grounds. It was a huge gathering of many waders including black-winged stilts, marsh sandpipers, common greenshanks, common redshanks and ruff. The species biodiversity here is insane. Look at the legs of these painted storks. They have defecated on their legs purposefully. This liquid helps the stork to get rid of harmful bacteria and also keeps them cool in the harsh sun. Our guest, the Flamingo, was a bit far away today, and I don't blame him. Two river terns were harassing the newcomer, dive bombing it multiple times until it walked further away. Did you know that shorebirds tuck in one leg into their body and stand in a stance to keep themselves warm using their body heat? Far away, away from the crowd, away from the rush of the lake, was a ghost. Slowly, the lake's residents started becoming wary. In the sky, high up, soaring on thermals, was a booted eagle. The eagle came down and the guards, the river terns, came and tried to mob the predator. In quick succession, the terns scared away the booted eagle. Looks like the residents of Kistareddypet are safe for today. On our fourth trip, we were accompanied by my good friends Anshuman, Rahini and Aditi. May their company bring us good sightings. The trip did not start off very well because the entire sky was cladded with grey clouds. But later, the sun shined its way through. Our trip started off with some close looks at little ringed plovers. Species-wise, we did not see much. But from the photography perspective, we got awesome looks at Kentish plovers, Temming stints, and beautiful reflection shots of little stints. On my fifth visit to Kistareddypet Lake, I had only one species in mind. It was a rare bird in our state. That's why I had come back from school and immediately headed out in the evening to look for this bird. It was the Oriental Pratincoal. We found it just as we were about to leave. It is a larger bird with buffy brown tones compared to the milky brown color of small pratincoals. It was a delight to have seen and photographed this bird. My friends, Kistareddypet Lake is one of the only ones left of its kind because it has good habitat for waders. If we lose this lake, we lose the hundreds of birds that come with it and we ruin the ecosystem. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and thank you YouTube for 1000 subscribers. Happy birding!